have to come here by themselves. We saw the situations like the B40 are suffering. Many of them, they do not have a good place to quarantine themselves. Actually, this quarantine center is not just quarantine. 75% of the operation is just like a hospital. It is a war zone.
I love working with children. So that was the main thing, that this was a calling, because I found that I love working with children. But the other thing that gave me a passion was my background. And I could understand what the children and the families were going through. So that brought about a balance to the whole effort. And I'm also a child at heart.
Project Kindness started. I was inspired by the kids. I think the inspiration came from the kids, because when I went there in early 2019, I felt like there's a need for me to discover something that would actually help the kids. So one day I took them out, because I felt like they're being confined in the classroom. They're not interested with whatever I'm doing in the classroom. I was actually singing with them. I'm not a good singer. I sang with them, but they're not interested with whatever I'm trying to do. So what I was trying to do back then, I was trying to make them feel comfortable, to feel like the school is a safe space.
I think the best thing that the students have said, not to us but to the volunteers who have been teaching them, will be thank you teacher, thank you for making the classes so interesting that I can follow through, and now I've grown, I've improved, and I can read, I can speak in English. I think to any teacher or volunteer or parent, that is a great achievement that they should celebrate. Yeah.
Bagi pendapat saya, kita jangan berharap pada bantuan. Kita cuba usaha. Kan kita dah tengok sekeliling kita ni pembangunan makin naik. Kita jangan jangan asyik perlu bantuan je, kita usaha bangkit.
It is kind of a culture shock to me. It was the first time I saw loincloth-clad Penan men, naked children running about. The children do not go to school. Being a Malaysian, I feel that it's my obligation to help them. We help to improve the craft made by the Penan women, and we help them to sell in the region and internationally. And from the profits we make, we channel it back to the community, and we focus on education sponsorship.
这个虾多少钱
？318 块。
Walaupun orang Melayu, saya rasa bukan sesuatu yang pelik ataupun sesuatu yang tidak logik untuk belajar bahasa Mandarin, kerana kita satu Malaysia. Kita sebagai keluarga dalam satu Malaysia. Kita duduk dalam kitar pelbagai kaum, Melayu, India, Cina, dan bila kita belajar ini, kita lebih menghormati mereka sebab kita faham apa yang mereka cakap.
Sisi ni, dia lebih hormat. Sisi ni.
What happens to the blind athletes when they stop playing football? That's where Pen Disabled Football comes in. You know, to give you employment, to work as a blind masseur, you know, to generate income, to work with us as a sports counsellor, to work with us as a sports motivator. That's Pen Disabled Football at large. Our concept, it's just not playing football and winning medals. It's changing lives. Our dream is always to have our own dream center. You play, you work, you live, you sleep, everything there. We produce more talents.
For our B40s as well that we hire, and also for the ex-convicts, we do not want them to forever be a lorry assistant or a lorry kelindan and whatnot. We really want to retrain them, reskill them, and possibly in the future look at whether we can get this talent to take better positions in the company, or even find better positions out there. We are also looking at providing a simple grant where our guys who are currently working with us can in the future take this grant to become a gas agent, and where they can run in the local areas and start being their own boss.
More than 50% of the waste that end up in the landfill is organic waste. If I succeed to manage reducing the organic waste, it means that half the waste is gone in the landfill. the public is not really aware on the environmental issue. Even though they're aware, but they have a lot of excuses not to do it. I think I have the responsibility to really like protecting them, to make sure the environment is really like can be sustained to our next generation or the next generation at least.